Hi there, I'm Paul, this is Kinetic Reactions, and you're watching a reaction to House of the Dragon Season 1 Episode 3. A quick recap for the last episode. We saw that Daenerys was still very sick, and he's just not healing properly. His pinky was cut and it didn't heal, his back didn't heal, they had to cauterize it in the first episode. So my guess is, where this is heading is, he's gonna die prematurely before he can have an heir, and with Alicent, who he ended up marrying. And I think that Rhaenyra is gonna be thrown into the mix of things, and she's gonna have to fight for the throne, which she does want. She spoke with the queen that wasn't, and she did make it very clear that she wants to have the throne. That's what I think is gonna happen. There might be some other twist. I know, of course, Daemon is there. He's gonna be the antagonizing force to go up against it and try to take the throne. But he didn't want to kill Rhaenyra when he had the chance. So that's interesting to me. I wonder if it was just tactical. He thought it would be a mistake to do it there. My guess is there is some attraction between them, and they'll probably play on that a bit, but ultimately it seems like it'll be a clash between them two for the throne. That's where I'm at. Let's get into the next episode. Also, someone mentioned this was about Blood Dynasty, the different houses and factions throughout the eons, which is quite interesting. Does anyone else feel like the Game of Thrones soundtrack, the intro cinematic, you never skip it? It never gets old, no matter, I've heard it hundreds of times at this point. Literally, we'll just Google, just YouTube the theme song and just listen to that, just to relax or just to be invigorated. There was an issue with the pirate lanes and all that, and shipping lanes, pirates ransacking everything with this crab person, where the crabs were eating people alive. And Corlys and Daemon were forging an alliance, so... Being nailed to a spike. That would be a very slow way to go. Crabs don't exactly eat quickly. I don't think they're poisonous, they're just slowly ripping you apart. Oh, nice. So this would be Daemon then. That's so cool. Oh no. He doesn't care at all. Collateral damage be damned. Oh, he might care a bit, but it's not his priority. Those visuals, man. Incredibly impressive. Would flash fry your lungs. Not a good way to go. Oh. And yeah, apparently dragon fire is much hotter than normal fire, so it's almost like being hit with a wave of lava. To be fair, would you go against a dragon one-on-one? I think it's wise to sink back into the shadows. Oh, it was an ambush. But yeah, arrows like that aren't gonna do anything to a dragon. Oh no. Also, yeah, apparently they do have a ton of arbalest, the giant crossbows that launch bolts into the dragons.
And you have my nose, don't you? 2 years old.
Wait. Okay, oh my god, so 2 years ahead of time? So he didn't die too early to have a son.
Quite a party assembled in his honor. And surely by the end of this hunt...
So no, 3 years, because he's 2 years old and it would take at least a year for Alicent to get pregnant and give birth.
Then it lies with you to make him see it, Lord Hand.
He's very conflicted because he respects Rhaenyra a lot, but also doesn't want her to be in danger.
Were he to intervene now after so long, it would make the crown appear weak.
Can someone tell me?
I don't know about weak, I think it's just tactically a correct decision. Attack when your enemies are weakened. Both of them. Makes sense.
Perhaps the princess might like to hear something else?
She would not. Play it again.
That'd be something, having your own dedicated musician just to hang out with you all the time. Just to study. There's no YouTube back then. Or Spotify. She's pregnant again, too. Wow. Just so productive, right?
Rhaenyra? Yes, my queen. Your presence is wanted in the outer courtyard.
So there's still animosity between them? Seems like it. But Alicent wants her to be friends again. Or even from the start.
The Queen commands you to leave the gods.
Oh no, don't do this. Like, split loyalties. Who do I follow? Yeah, I guess you have to follow the Queen, right? Yeah. I mean, it's tough. Your own best friend becomes Queen.
Should you be traveling in such condition?
There's no suspension on these old school carts like that. It would be very uncomfortable. Better than walking, of course.
It's not so bad. The days are long, but Aegon came quickly and without fuss.
It'd still be kind of terrifying if you're pregnant back then, where there's no hospital. If something goes wrong, we saw that in the first episode, what happened with the Queen. It's not pretty. I mean, a hunt like this, so organized, by so many people. It's definitely not like just going out randomly hunting in the wild with nothing. But it's still not the environment that a princess would want to be in. And right now she's surrounded by people that she doesn't exactly mesh with because of the one decision being made. It's such a gigantic decision. And it didn't involve her, but it could have. They really made it seem like 3 years passed. Like there's this very subtle amount of aging in all the characters. Almost imperceptible, but just there. It's attention to detail. I like it. So I'm still surprised. He just got a son right away. First try. Alicent definitely came through for that. But it's what he said, what Rhaenyra said to Rhaenyra, is that this is what's expected of him. Again, it's not necessarily what he wants for Rhaenyra, and I think he's trying to make that pretty clear. Will he actually take on a different heir to the throne, declare it? And he seems like he's still healthy, so maybe I'm wrong and he's not going to die? It seems like that's the angle they're going with, but who knows?
She's to be sold to a pillow house in the Free Cities, if you believe the rumors.
Sold? That's terrible.
I wouldn't know. I've not spoken to Daemon in years.
Since you supplanted him as heir.
Daemon made his choices, Lady Kira.
Yeah, that's not on her.
Though your father refuses to admit it, we've been dragged into it by your uncle and the Sea Snake.
She's not wrong. And what is war? It's fighting. When it's right at your doorstep, even if no one's dying, I guess it's right there. You're an inch away from it, if not already in it. And you can see what's coming down the road. Not pretty. And of course also, if you let it... Right now is the time to attack, if both sides are weakened.
Lord Jason Lannister.
Oh, a Lannister. I don't know if their house was particularly strong or wealthy back here.
The finest honeyed wine you'll ever taste. Made in Lannisport, of course.
Of course.
Yeah, kind of seems like they are still pretty wealthy. Or at least getting up there.
I don't have a dragon pit, of course, but I do have the means and resources to build.
He is definitely flirting. Yeah, there you go. Making a proffer. I mean, I don't know anything about him, but he seems like he's wealthy, from a good family.
Even I do not exist above tradition and duty, Rhaenyra.
Excuse me, Your Grace.
It's true, he didn't really want to get married either, but again, like he said, it was expected. So how much do you break against tradition? Especially in a turbulent time like this. Now she's gone. Yeah. She has a dragon, she could literally just fly away. Or just ride away. She didn't bring her dragon with her. Can if you're a Targaryen, can you just call your dragon to you? Like a homing beacon? Probably very dangerous for her to be out here alone.
Was I named heir to the Iron Throne, so that I might only further raise the standing of a Lord of Casterly Rock?
You want me to kill him?
Probably would make things a bit unstable doing that, so leave those thoughts to the side. Put it on the bench.
Before I spoke my vows as a knight to the King's Guard, I could have married a common-born girl had I wished.
Right, knights can't marry, that's right. Or is it just a King's Guard?
When your father named me to his King's Guard, it was the highest honor any Cole had ever known.
He has really nice armor. So they found a white stag they're gonna try to hunt that? Is this a trap? I'm always thinking things are traps.
Still fresh.
Yeah. Guess that's one way to check it. See, he's pushing him on, so that's leading me more and more to think that, yeah, this is a trap. Maybe he's working with Daemon? Oh, maybe not, because his daughter is Alicent, queen. I don't think he'd want to directly go against that or put her in danger.
Your Grace.
Maybe Otto's secretly the best dude on the show and I'm just applying too much to him.
King of the King's Wood. It's as if the seven themselves had blessed this day.
To be fair, the actor is doing a good job of acting pompous, I suppose would be the correct word.
Would you not take them?
Do you have dragons to offer?
And he's not strong, this Jason guy. He's only known luxury his whole life.
Wine.
Ah, he's a bit drunk, letting his inner thoughts leak out unfiltered.
What do you make of Lord Jason's proposal? That man's pride has pride.
That's a good way to say it.
She'll do as you command.
The problem is when you have unearned power and respect and legacy, but it's not of your own making. You're just inheriting it through birth.
Not to be suffocated by all this fucking politicking.
Yeah, I don't like that either. No one would, especially when it's your own family. But how would that work if he does name his 2-year-old son as heir to the throne and then he dies when he's like 4? Then is like a 4-year-old on the throne? Or the hand of the king assumes temporary authority and then when he comes of age? Because we all know Joffrey, but Joffrey was still, I don't know how old Joffrey was actually. It seems like a teenager, but still obviously young. That did not go well for King's Landing, or anyone. Imagine being king and full of such sorrow because of so many burdens and expectations and politicking. I wouldn't want it.
If I instead forbade her to wed a Lannister, she would have run off with Lord Jason out of spite.
There is a bit of that to it. I mean, I was wondering about having daughters eventually. A son might be more straightforward. Is this when he dies? Or is it just the alcohol?
Do you think the realm will ever accept me as their queen?
It's a good question. I think the realm would, but not the politicians and the people of higher class. I hope Kristen is okay, he doesn't die. I like him so far. Just a group of bandits, or maybe Daemon? Oh, he's gonna die, isn't he? I know I said anyone can die, that's fine, there's tension because of that, but I still want him to live. Yeah, boars are no joke. They're very violent, very aggressive, very dangerous. She has no issue getting her hands dirty. Bloody.
I thought Rhaenyra was the way out of my abyss.
It's not his fault. It's not your fault, Viserys, though. And you don't even want a conqueror anyways. I like that, just touching the baby. He's so conflicted with what he wants from the future, but he cares about those close to him. And it's not his fault that his queen died. I mean, they couldn't save her. It was try to save the baby and she dies, or they both just die. There was no way to save her, apparently. I keep thinking they're gonna get ambushed. You can't really call this hunting. I think he just does it because it's expected of him. That's his story.
One more time, Your Grace. Put a bit to your left.
Ah, he missed. That's sad. So much suffering. He's too drunk, right? He didn't sleep, I guess. Oh, he got it that time, I think. There you go. The applause. Or hunting a stag that was tied up and hunted by other people. It's all the theater of politics summarized in one scene. And also with the person that's leading not even wanting to be there. The games and shows he put on. All the world is a stage, right? Still blood in her hair, man. It's gruesome. But I'm not surprised that she'd be willing to directly kill an animal attacking her. Okay, this one was white. Yeah, they mentioned something with white. The one Viserys killed was not white. She doesn't want to kill it. It's too majestic. Part of a unique legacy. Much like her. An accidental hunt. I suppose that sends a message. I'm not just a princess. No words, just walk in slowly like a badass covered in blood.
They should be. He's the future of the realm.
Is he though?
It wouldn't matter if she were Jaehaerys himself, born again.
It's too much tradition because there's a son now.
The end is clear. Aegon will be king.
I have doubts. Kind of like Wormtongue whispering poison in her ears so she can pass it on to Viserys. That is the best way to get someone to do something you want, is to make them think that it's their choice, their decision. Which is tricky to manipulate, but if you can accomplish it, it's almost flawless. How do you resist a choice that you think is your own, right? Or that you came to on your own?
Because it is a war started by two malcontents, unhappy with decisions I made.
That's true, but this pirate threat is a serious threat. The reason they started it is not the point, even if it's a temporary alliance.
That I am forever doomed to anger one person in the pleasing of another.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Is it better for the realm if the crab feeder thrives or is vanquished?
Yeah, you gotta vanquish this crab feeder. It's gonna help. I think that would be the wise choice.
Do you not think my decision correct?
It is no consequence to what I think.
No, it does matter. Not for the reasons you think.
I loved her. She made a man of me.
I believe that. He definitely did love her.
If it was for advantage, you would have wed Lena Velaryon.
That is true enough.
Honest?
Make it yourself. Search him out. Find one that pleases you.
Okay. Yeah. There's a strategic importance to marry to bolster her own claim, but finding someone that you actually love, or at least like.
He at least is fighting this war. What role have you played in this council, Uncle, other than master of complaints?
Enough.
Reinforcements are coming. If that's really what he said. Are there no reinforcements actually, or is he mad that Viserys is gonna help? By his council's words, it seems like it's necessary. Maybe he just doesn't want to accept the help?
I shall pray nightly to the gods for your safe return.
Okay, is there some hidden meaning to that? Because that seems very reasonable. Why is he mad? He wanted it to be his victory alone? Didn't he ask for help? Or am I misremembering that? He's surrendering? Or is this a bait to lure him out? It's a one-on-one duel? He looks really badly burned. I like the music. It's almost mystical. I think it's just his pride. He didn't want to accept help. But again, I could have sworn he asked for help, so or maybe just he thought that Viserys wouldn't grant it? Keep dodging those arrows. He's gonna get hit. They have stormtrooper aim. There's no way this can work, though. They have way too many men. Oh no. I guess he could actually die. And all for pride? His motivation right now is confusing to me. But maybe it's just because I'm not that prideful. Yeah, everyone's coming out now. And then the dragon's gonna come out to finish him off? And I guess he could survive Dragonfire, right? Or is Rhaenyra gonna show up? Calling it, it's gonna be Rhaenyra. And she's gonna choose Daemon to marry. Is that the twist? Okay, that's definitely not what I was expecting at the start, if that's what happens. Just waiting for the dragon. There it is. I knew there was gonna be one. So who is this guy? Did I miss someone else? Another dragon rider? Or did he just let someone else ride his dragon? There he goes, slinking back in the shadows again. It's a pretty cool scene. Pretty good battle. Not quite Battle of Winterfell, but I'll take it. He killed him. So this is really cool. I'm just very confused who this dragon rider is. Did I just miss some other dragon rider? I thought it was just Daemon and Rhaenyra. Yeah, okay, he definitely took care of him. Ended his suffering, which would look like third-degree burns over half his body. Did his hair get burned off? Or just streaks like running down it? Okay. Well, that was an interesting episode. I love high-octane battle scenes, of course. That's fun. Who doesn't like that, right? I'm just a bit confused who this other dragon rider was. Maybe we weren't introduced to him yet, or maybe I just completely missed that there was another dragon rider involved. I don't know. It seems very odd to me overall. But I'm sure if we haven't been introduced, or if I just missed it, we'll get a clearer picture of who this other dragon rider was. In the meantime, though, it seems like the king was not needed at all. And again, I could have sworn at the beginning of this episode that help was requested. Or maybe no, maybe they were just going over a battle report and saying that they were losing, Corlys and Daemon, but with this bold move, I guess they're not. They won, basically. I wonder if there'll be reinforcements from the Free States of Braavos, which is where this pirate threat originated, or was supported by. And then you have Rhaenyra, who I think is going to pick Daemon, because there was chemistry in the first episode, and now Viserys is giving her permission to just go find someone that you actually like. You do have to get married, but you can choose who it's going to be for yourself. So giving her that choice and making, it's not exactly leading her to who you want, but it's still at least leading her to the same realm where you're in, where she needs to get married. And it does seem like Viserys does want her to be queen, and this is just in a gambit to secure more support for her claim. So that'll be interesting where that goes. But it's definitely not where I thought. I thought he was just going to Viserys was just going to die, and then it'll be a war between Daemon and Rhaenyra. But it looks like it's not. So I guess that's where we are. And I look forward to the next episode. As always, giving me those Game of Thrones vibes, like Season 1, Season 2. I like it. If you enjoyed this reaction, like the video, and I'll see you guys next week.